Hey everyone, welcome back. Bigelow Reviews here. I am Brent Bigelow, and I have a new review for you, and that is Silk Sonic's debut album, Silk Sonic. Yes, I know, I'm late to get into this album by like a year, but I figured, since like the Grammys kind of just happened a few weeks ago, and I missed it, and I was like, I did a few albums in 2021. I thought I'd go back and do some of the most noteworthy ones that I missed, and the ones that I really wanted to get to and didn't. So this is the first one of that installment. So Silk Sonic, aka Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, teamed up for no freaking reason and blew everybody's minds just because they wanted to. They released their first single, which was Leave the Door Open, which won a crap ton of Grammys. They tied for Best R&B Performance for Leave the Door Open. They won Best R&B Song for Leave the Door Open. They won Song of the Year, and then they completed the sweep with Record of the Year as well. So, I mean, they nominated for 4 Grammys, won all 4 Grammys, mainly for one track, that being Leave the Door Open. But the door was not open for any other competitor in those categories because they slammed that shit. But just to get into it, when it comes to like these two artists individually with Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak has a better discography when it comes to like quality albums and quality records. I feel like that's pretty understandable. Everybody pretty much agrees with that statement. But then on the other side, you have Bruno Mars, who's an absolute murderer when it comes to releasing singles and releasing just amazing hit-breaking tracks and just record-breaking songs. This guy is a machine when it comes to blowing up the Billboard charts. So it's not a surprise that these two teaming up together would release some of the best music of the year. Like I said, it's the song Leave the Door Open, which is one of my favorite songs of all of 2021. Spoken Out the Window, which is another like single that kind of released later on towards the release date. That's another one of my favorites. Put On a Smile, which kind of reminds me of like Tears of a Clown of like Smokey Robinson. Kind of reminds you of that song. Love that track too. But this album was pretty solid all the way through. There's a couple hiccups in here. One of the songs not being very great, in my opinion, which is the song called Skate, which they released as a single. It was a second single for this project. But it wasn't very good. I definitely think, the other songs on here were way better and better standout projects. But when it comes to this full album, they really try their best to embody like that 70s funk and soul sound that I really do love. Just personally, that's like my go-to. Like, I just want to listen to something and have a good time. It's that type of music. And then these two really brought that like energy to this entire project. I know I've already mentioned it a few times already, but with Leave the Door Open, that song, they show a lot of restraint where they could have like really went overboard and really blew this track out of proportion. But the way that like Bruno and Anderson .Paak sing and they kind of keep it back is really impressive. And then once the end of the song hits, they just kind of like let it all go and just like they really built it out and just really build this song to what it is, and it's an outstanding track. On the song Smoking Out the Window, it tells a rather funny story about how Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, they finally have this woman, but this woman kind of like getting treated to the entire world. The two of them basically pay for everything. Their kids run around their house like it's Chuck E. Cheese. Whenever they want to smoke or something, they have to like go outside or crack a window. Anderson really shines on this song with his snarky lyrics and the way he delivers his vocals. And then Bruno just, hits another home run while he sings the chorus and the hooks. And then the track Put On a Smile is just a really dramatic, like standing in the rain type song. Like singing, he's like trying to be happy, I'm gonna put on a smile. And it's just a really empowering song. And it really sends that message home with like literal rain coming down in the background as like a sound effect. So this song really has like a Temptations feel to it. It has that like grand orchestration to it with all the instruments in the background, and just the way Bruno's voice sings on this thing, man, he is so talented. This guy is so freaking good. But everybody knew that already. Yeah, but Bruno just goes off on the bridge on this one. It's remarkable. Put On a Smile is kind of like Girl, I Miss You, Where You At. 777 is like, alright, where are the dice? I need to go make some money. I'm about to buy this place. The groove on this one is absolutely stellar. I think it's one of the best beats and just energy tracks on this entire project. It's super fire, super great. This is like the gambling addict's anthem. The next track on here, Fly As Me, also carries that same energy of 777 where like I'm the top dog, I'm the shit, you deserve somebody as fly as bum 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 me. It's a cool ass song. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. But again, Anderson really shines on this one, and just the performance that they did on BET Live for this track just really shows like how dedicated they were to like this style and this like overall persona as Silk Sonic. These absolute like love-making machines making these like amazing like soul funk anthems for like a modern day. The chemistry on the song just shines. Their chemistry is electric. And again, just another well-written hit by Bruno Mars. Another song on here is Love's Train, which is like a Earth, Wind & Fire-esque like Valentine's Day song. I don't remember this track originally being on the album, but I think they released it in 2022, released it this year around like Valentine's Day. Like I said, I don't remember it being originally on the album, but when I went back and did my review, it was on the track list. So I was like, I'll talk about it, I guess. But it's just an epic 5-minute long, just like love-making song. It's a great track as well. And like I mentioned, the song Skate, not one of my favorite ones, but like if you're doing a 70s funk soul album, like you have to make some type of a nod to roller rink lifestyles, and you have to make some type of a song referencing those times. But yeah, easily it's the weakest song on this project, like without a doubt. And then just to end this grand project, you have the song called Blast Off, which has Bootsy Collins finishing off the album, and then he's also the very beginning of the project, and he's in the middle of it too. Shout out to Bootsy Collins, Cincinnati, Ohio native. But Bootsy Collins just in general is like an icon when it comes to the funk era, with doing all of his stuff with Parliament Funkadelics, all of his solo stuff. Bootsy Collins is just, he's a real one. We don't give him enough shine. But Blast Off is just a straight up epic finishing track, wraps up the entire project and puts a bow on it, and then sends it out to your girlfriend. She opens it up, she's like, ooh! But overall, this album's really great. I do enjoy it a lot. Silk Sonic is fantastic. I wish they made more songs on here. But the only issue I really have with this entire project is like some of these songs do feel like a shell of what funk and soul really is, because clearly they're on here to make some absolute modern day pop bangers with that like 70s tinge to it. So not to say like I'm not trying to dismiss this entire project, so I'm saying like it's like an honest representation of that style of music, but you can tell that like I feel like they could have leaned a little more into the 70s flair. But this is an amazing album, one of my favorites. I just wish they would have leaned in a little bit more. I don't know, I'm just asking too much, I think. But when it comes to Silk Sonic's debut album, I'd give it like a solid 90. Like, it's a good album. One of my favorite projects that came out in 2021. Wish I was able to talk about it when it came out. But what do you think? Put your scores down in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at Bigelow Reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Biggie out.